Alright. Hey everyone. What's up? Good evening, everybody. Good evening, everyone, guys. This is the AOV Progress League
Yeah.
Open Qualifiers, right?
Yep, that's
Uh,
true.
the day one right now. So we have Team Avengers versus Ikan. Masin. So let's see what kind of strategies that these teams are gonna be showing us today.
Yep.
Yeah.
For first of all, introductions first. We have Kazee here, or people call you Kali, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah.
We have Kali, and then there's me, Aidan. We will be casting for the first game here for the first day of the Open Qualifiers for the AOV Progress League. So here we have Avengers from the Philippines
Yeah.
against Ikan Masin, which is from Malaysia. And here we have seen here the first two bans already from the from both sides already, a Rui and a Pain. Any
Yeah.
explanations there you want to give out here, Kali?
For me, I think the Rui ban is kind of like standard even for me because she's very annoying. She's very
Mm-hmm.
hard to counter, and like there are a
Mm-hmm.
lot of times that you think you're gonna win a team fight, but she gets her teammates to safety, or the other way around as well.
Yes, that's true. It's been annoying actually when Rui has been out for quite a while now. It's like one of those moments where you know you can win a team fight, but then she just do a 360 and then sends her teammates back home and then appear once again into the battlefield. And I feel like it's pretty OP for how she works as a support character, but in terms of a kit alone, it isn't that OP in any sense, I'd say, but it works. I'm not sure how Tencent is gonna nerf Rui in the long term, to be honest.
A- Actually, me as well, but I think one of the surprising things in terms of Rui, other than like being able to teleport to the base, I think it's the full restore once you get to the fountain. You don't even have any cooldown in terms of getting your HP back to the full amount. And maybe the
Yes.
nerf could possibly be maybe you don't get like 100% of your HP back.
Ah.
That's a nerf that I was thinking that they could do. But
Yeah,
it will
yeah.
always depend on the developers if they think that that will be a fair type of hero balance.
Yes, exactly. So we can see here Laville first picking away from the side of Avengers here. Pretty much a no-brainer pick as well, considering how strong Laville is in the current meta. Following up here with Ikan Masin, Rabbit, and Shark picking up Richter and Kira for themselves here. So interesting picks so far. Not really interesting. I'd say it's more of a predictable pick, considering how the first three heroes picked out in this game here are all in the meta and very strong in the meta as well.
Yeah, that's true.
Richter. Um, any expectations on how this Richter is going to be played out here for Mikamasin?
Actually, that's the problem with flex picks like Richter. You're not actually sure if they're going to put him as like maybe a support or maybe a side lane. And it can also depend on the team comp if he's gonna be a dragon lane or a DS lane. So
Yes.
I think I agree with you on the in the terms of like the expected picks because those are normally banned, especially in ranked games. So very expected for me.
Then
Yeah.
Ikamas in here, finishing their first phase of the pick and ban here with the Alice, while Avengers picking up Raz and Omen. In terms of flex pick, Avengers, I'd say Laville can still flex between jungle and side lane.
Yeah. Agree.
Whereas Ikamasin here, Richter is still pretty much open for both side lanes, so it's still depending on
Yeah.
how Avengers will play their banning game here.
Yeah, that's true. But I just note did you notice that Avengers didn't their one ban?
Yeah, I didn't know. I'm not sure if that's maybe they gave it away or maybe who knows, a lag problem, which
Yeah,
is
I
pretty
don't know if they
common.
forgot if they just forgot to ban or if they purposefully did it so that they could get the Laville as the first pick.
Yeah, maybe we can't really tell what's in the minds of the players here from the production side. However, following a bans from Ikan Masin, banning out Zip and Zephys here. Considering the comp of Avengers here, it is a very good ban considering how divey Avengers comp is with the Omen and Ross,
Yeah.
and it's all about getting Laville fed into the late game.
Yeah.
Is basically the composition for Avengers here. So complimentary ban here from Ikamasin.
Yeah, I think so.
AVG banning out Kafni and Tel-Ana. So what do you think about that?
Oh, that's just probably because there's no MM on the side of Ikan Matin yet, so I guess they banned all the options they could use as a dragon laner. Maybe they assumed that the Richter would be DS, but with this pick of the Roxy, I am not entirely sure if which character is going to go the Dark Slayer lane or the Abyssal Dragon lane. We'll just have to see in game what sides they're gonna be playing.
That is true. So here we see AVG finishing up their draft here with a support and a jungle pick.
Let's see if they're gonna lock in this Rourke, because when they lock in their last, that's when we'll know what kind of role this Laville will play. And they got the Slim, so I'm guessing this Laville is a dragon laner and the Slims will be jungler, or maybe they can flex it still. We don't know which MM they will use as a jungler.
That is true. Two double MM side here from Avengers. Most likely Slims will be jungle because Slim's lane will be a bit hard to play around. But then again, from Ikan Masin's side, finishing off their draft with Elsu here. Seems like they do not really want to get dove by the comp of AVG. So having an Elsu to harass them down before they can dive is actually a pretty good precautionary here.
Yeah, and they opted to just get an Elsu for their mid instead of picking a mage. So they went with a no mage comp, while on side of AVG we have the double marksman.
So finishing off here, we see from the comp of AVG, I say AVG has to do a good job in the early game here, try to get Laville and Slims ahead. So, but then again, on the side of Ikan Masin here, they do have Kira, so that's gonna be a bit problematic here for the double MM comp from AVG.
Yeah, and it will all depend on how flexible AVG is going to be in terms of protecting their carries in order for the success of their comp, because the Kira can really get into the backline with no problem because of her ultimate. So let's see what kind of strategy you're gonna play out. Right now, there's really nothing happening. They're just both, I think, trying to get the first few creeps in to get their level 2.
Mid-side. Ooh, okay.
The Raz was very aggressive there.
Yeah.
Got free hit by the Elsu a lot in that fight. And I think he has to go back.
Yeah, that's true. I mean, both of them are poke champs, so if they don't poke, then what are they supposed to play, right? Both sides did try to get the upper hand in lane though, so both sides did manage to get poke each other up, but also did well by hitting 2 of his sniper shots.
Yeah, and there was that point where the Raz was just literally in front of the creeps.
Yeah, and she's here on the top side though.
We have 3 people here on top lane from AVG trying to gank onto the rocks, but was very unsuccessful. And
I mean, LOL did pop the sprint there on his Roxy, and he did well by sidestepping most of the skills from Raz here. So he managed to get away easily there. I mean, with the sprint alone, it's pretty hard to kill a Roxy alone. But with sprint as well, I mean, it's not even worth catching at that point.
Yeah, for sure. Oh, and bot lane, we did not even see that.
Yeah, I did not even see that, to be honest. Don't know how that died, but yeah, first blood going to Shinky there. Getting the first blood onto the Laville. I mean, A Richter versus a MM lane, the marksman does have to play a little bit safer against a early game warrior like Richter. However, on the top
Yeah.
side,
We have a gank, we have 3 members. We have a lot of members here for both teams, and they're trying to gank onto LYL, and they get a secure kill onto her with the Kira as the second kill. And AVG has 0. Oh, wait, never mind. The Richter just got 2 here to even out. I think they evened it out.
yep,
The kills. So, a good response from the Richter all the way from bot lane. Getting
yep. Getting
some
more
gold for his team.
getting more fat as well. So now he is pretty, I mean, it's pretty obvious that he's the dominant one in his lane now.
Yeah.
That was a good try from Avengers though, trying to get the catch down to the Kira, but then again Kira with her good ultimate gets to hide in the walls to give enough time for his teammates to come over and help him out. And even though Avengers did get 2 kills, they were too low, and Richter was able to get rid of the other 2 members of AVG which were low, and they managed to tie it up on the terms of
Yeah.
scores. So
Yeah.
now here from AVG, a bit of a pause happened. Most
I think
likely,
I think it's maybe because connection. Most of the time, it's usually connection why the pause is used, right?
mm,
How many pauses do they have? They have 2. Am I right? They have 2.
I think
1 minute.
I think they're supposed to have like 3 pauses, but then again, can't really do much here. We just have to wait out until the teams either get ready by themselves, and I mean we can't really interrupt considering
Yeah.
we aren't the players. We can't assume what they have, but we will just let it run for a while. However, oh, never mind, it's already back.
Yeah, we're coming back already.
So
So let's.
hopefully the side of AVG is okay. Oh, never
Oh,
mind.
okay.
Obviously.
They just let us see around like 5 seconds, and then they paused the game again.
So it's obvious that on the side of Avengers, they do have a bit of a technical problem here. Not really
Yeah.
technical, more like a connection problem. Um, so since we're here, any expectations on who will win?
Um, well, since it's still early game, I don't really want to make predictions, but with if Ikan Masin is able to keep up their morale right now,
Mm-hmm.
they they're in there to win this. Unless AB gets it together and actually uh after this pause, they're able to come back from it's just a very small deficit. So
Mm-hmm.
I don't think it's gonna be hard for them to come back yet. So we'll have to see. But right now, it's looking good for Ikan.
Yeah, considering their compositions, it's obvious that Avengers side is more onto the late game composition, whereas Masin is more of the early game aggression composition, I would say.
Yeah,
They have to play it out the early game very well. I mean, the late game isn't that bad, but considering that Avengers side have 2 marksmen, that's gonna be pretty hard for their Roxy and their Richter to actually tank most of the damage.
are they still on pause? Did they pause again?
Yep, they unpaused and then they paused again for a 3rd time here, so not sure who's lagging on the side. Most likely Raz. I think it's Raz.
Do you
Though,
think it's Raz? I think it's the Laville.
is it the Laville? I don't know. He seems,
Yeah,
I mean, he's in his lane, so can't really tell who's the one lagging. So, what else can we talk about here?
well, if people have just tuned in, actually, well, if you guys don't know, this is just a best of 1, right?
Yep.
This is best of 1. So whoever wins this, good GG, well played to them, because
I mean, there's still a
it's a,
losers bracket, so
there's a losers bracket, but at
yes.
they'll lose their position here in the upper bracket, and most people would opt to just go direct to the upper bracket because
I
I think
mean,
it gives you a little morale amongst, because of course you won, you're still up there. It's kind of demoralizing as well if you lose, even if you do there is an losers bracket. it's demoralizing, in my opinion, to
Mm.
the team.
Well, we'll
So
see who will be going down, but we goes here. Coming back into the game, Ikan Masin playing very aggressively here in the middle lane. Doing some decent chip damage down onto the Omega. Top side though, there was a scrap happening between LIL and Outlaw. Outlaw almost losing out the fight in the 1v1 against LIL, but he managed to get out no problem.
there's
Hmm.
nothing on my phone. It's still paused in my
It's still pausing your
streaming.
phone. It's already moving for me, and seems like there will be a scrap happening down
Coming
here
to
in the
Italy.
Dragon Pit. 4 members of Ikamasin here down in the pits. There's only 2 marksmen on the bottom side here for Avengers. And Resilience here will be the first one to get engaged on, and he will die in the hands of Alice, I think. I didn't really catch who killed that, but he will die in the hands of one of the members of Ikamasin. And now the siege continues here with Ikan Masin going into the mid lane. LYL tried to clear the way but managed to get the ulti off to Mazer. And Mazer could actually survive there. I think he did have the death sickle on him. However, not so sure why. He maybe could have got out. But he still died to Roxy in the end. To the tower shot most likely. And Ikamasi managed to get their first tower here in the game. The bottom side tower is already been taken down from the side of Avengers. And now Shinky onto the top side. Trying to get the blue buff here from the jungle of AVG. Gets stunned up here by Resilience. Get pushed out here by Mazer. Gets the Mark of Frost, but not for long. He will be pushed back by Ross, but he still managed to live it out. Low health though, Mazer will be the first one to be taken out instead of Shinky. Unfortunate here from the side of AVG. Damage output was just not enough to take down Shinky there. And the blue buff will be taken away by AVG, unfortunately. You still with me, Kali? Seems like it's nuts. I will be solo casting here for a while. And for the side of AVG, it's not looking up so well. I mean, they are having a double marksman comp, so the early game won't be the greatest. So all it takes now is to persevere into the late game and hope the best until Slims, Raz, and Laville is strong enough to fight the members of Ikan Masin in a head-on fight. So Ikan Masin here pressuring down the mid lane. Outlaw once again trading out with LYL. Both of them low health makes out. Mazer though, not sure if he's okay. It seems like he's standing around often. Can't tell if he's lagging or hopefully he's not. However, the jungle side of Avengers is severely being taken away by Ikan Masin here. Shark gets the ulti off. However, the ring has shown the vision here onto Shark, but nope, Mazer will be taken down in the end. Jingxi with the Raz tries to go in, almost died to the Elsu sniper shot there. However, he does make it out alive here. AVG now just have to try to clear the waves, try not to give as many towers as possible. But it seems like it's hard to do so. Ikan Masin now taking down most of the towers here. And
Yeah, I can see that now.
AVG. Oh, you can see it now? Okay, good. You're
Yeah.
back.
I think whoever had the disconnection, the issue with lag in the side of Ikan Machine has the same service provider as I do.
Oh, is that it? Okay, so up to you. Up to you. All the fights is happening on the
Oh,
top
okay.
side.
And they get a kill onto the Omen. That was a good ultimate on the side of Roxy. Though, I think it was very unsafe for him to be face checking at this time. I think they really need to be able to get a little bit more map control, but I don't think face checking is the best way to do it, I guess.
I mean, they don't really have much of a choice to face check here, considering their
Yeah.
comp. They don't really have a Kha'Zix to like zone or like scout it out. They have a Omega, so they have to go face first into it to see how it's going. And now we see.
And the Omen got caught again, but he survived with like a sliver of HP.
Yeah,
And
mix it
Ikan
up.
Masin is so very aggressive right now. I'm not sure how ABG is going to take this. With so many towers on their side, they have a lot of advantages in terms of getting objectives right now. Though I think they're just waiting for Ikan Masin to make a mistake, but none of the members are actually making that big of one. So right now, the Kira almost got caught a while ago, but able to get a lot of life steal from the surrounding creeps. And I think they're gonna be taking an objective now. Uh, let's see what AVG is going to do. Since most of the uh lanes are pushing towards their side, and for the side of uh Ikan Masim, and wow, the Roxy was able to steal the blue buff
Yeah.
away.
That was a bit
What
of
what a
the that was a bit of an upset there for Avengers. For now, they can't really do much. They just have to persevere and
yeah,
just try to not give out the high ground towers and just farm off the minions that comes by.
yeah,
It's I mean the net worth is only like close to 6k difference here. However, the Dark
yeah,
Slayer will be taken away by Ikan Masin. So Avengers will have a tougher time to hold out here.
yeah.
Hopefully the
But
Omega and Omen are able to tank it up.
yeah, I think AVG just needs one good set for them to come back.
Mm-hmm.
But it has to be like it would mean that Ikan Masin would make a big mistake if that happened. So let's see if how they're going to handle this, if they're gonna be super aggressive on the side of Ikan Masin, or they're just going to let this Drake passively attack the tower. The Raz is getting a little bit. Whoa, there's the
Ooh.
aggression from the Kira entering a lot of people, but she dies, right? So
Yeah, she
now we
died
have the
in
rest
the
of
end. But she
the.
does
I think
revive back.
they might tower lock this because there are only 3 members of ABG still left, and the Elsu was able to free hit here with 4 members of Ikamasin still alive, but they were being attacked by the tower, and I don't think they're gonna be able to finish this right now unless the Kira was
Nah, they
able to
still
bypass.
can. They still
Yeah,
can do it.
they're gonna tower lock this, and they do. Uh, that was a good show from Igamasin. That their morale just didn't stop, and that really, as I said a while ago, when we had the pause a while ago, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because Igamasin had their morale. If they just kept it, they were what I predicted to win, and I think that's what happened. And I think the connection issue also on the side maybe of EG was also partly at fault as well.
Yeah, that's true. So that's a bit unfortunate here from the side of AVG. However, they did put up a good fight here, despite the dominating comp of Ikarmasin and well them having 2 marksmen in their composition, which is very hard to fight off against these sort of compositions in the early game. I'd say they did fairly well. However, well, yeah, as you said, the connection problems there was a bit of a an upset here for Avengers. However, they are still in this competition. Not all hope is lost. They are still in the losers
Yeah.
bracket. So hopefully we can see a comeback here from Avengers for in their next game, which I'm not sure when, but they will be playing again. So we will take a break here for 5 minutes until we go into the second game here, which
Yeah.
is Hertz EF versus
Uh,
Archangel Silver
as
Bullet.
silver. Yeah.
Yeah, so stay tuned, don't go anywhere, we'll be back.
Team's turn to ban.
Take it away, Kali.
Yeah. Hey guys, it's still me and it's me, Kazee,
Still
and
me.
it's still me and Aidan as your casters for, well, this is game 2 of AOV Progress League Open Qualifiers. This is Hertz EF versus Archangel Solid Bullet, right?
Yep, that is true.
Team's turn to ban.
Get automatic, we get another Rui ban.
Yep, I mean, pretty much no-brainer move, I'd say. Pretty much the OP support of this current meta in this current patch. I'm not so sure how Rui will fare in the next patch though. I'm not sure if she's even getting a nerf. I don't think she was, right?
I'm not sure. I don't think she's getting a nerf. I was viewing some of the patch in the future, but I don't think it was there.
So we'll see for another future patch there, see how they'll ban out Rui. But following the side of Silver Bullet, banning out Zip is actually a very good ban. Even though Zip isn't as OP as he was when he was first released, Zip is still very annoying in terms of catching people out and in terms of team fight as well. Zip can literally turn around a game basically by himself as well. Something like Rui, but not as OP as healing your teammates and then sending back into the battlefield. Not that OP, but it's still good.
But I understand you ban on Zip. Cause personally, me, I don't like a Zip that knows what he's doing. I find it so difficult to go against a Zip that knows how to use his skills really properly. Like you're almost getting the kill on his teammate, but he gets the, what do you call that? The skill that eats the people. So like,
I'm pretty sure it's something like Zip Hex or something, or Zip
yeah,
Angry. I don't know which one, but it's one of those two. We can see here there's a slight deja vu here we see from the first two picks. Laville and Richter again.
yeah,
I mean both of them. Yeah, I mean same. They are probably the most OP marksman and warrior respectively in the current meta.
yeah.
So picking both of them up here from either side of the team is pretty much crucial to see how they'll play it out in the game here. And Laville holding sprint, so most likely this will be a side lane Laville once again, but we were not so
Yeah.
sure. Anything can
Uh,
change.
yeah, we have to wait until the last pick because they might just be juking this like, oh, I'm gonna be sprint, but then later it's gonna be after they've all picked, it's gonna change to punish.
Yeah,
We'll have to
so
see that.
yep, we can't
Eleanor is
really
open
make.
though.
Oh, yeah.
Lunar and Aidan are both open as well, so those two are also OP in this patch. But I'm not so sure if either team are gonna pick them in this first wave. So I'm guessing they're not, and they secure this Dirac pick
I
on the side of
mean,
Archangel. I think that's very well. I don't like Dirac personally because I find him very annoying. It's
yeah.
like you can't properly use your skills against him because of his first skill that kind of like moves you everywhere in the map, and
Yep.
he disorients everybody. So I can see why they chose to pick him. He's not banned yet, and he does go very well with this team comp since this Malok and Richter, they're both initiators, so they need someone in the backline to do maybe damage for their side.
Yep. However, from the side of Silver Bullet, their CC is already pretty much
Yeah.
a lot. I mean,
lot.
Dirac alone is enough CC for the entire team basically. And with
Yeah.
Balok here with his shock and his S2, which I don't really remember what the name was.
Slice? No. Slice is his first
Slice
skill.
is his first skill, so I'm not sure what his second skill is called, but the slow for Malok along with his ulti, along with Dirac's, well, a lot of knockbacks from his skill set, pretty
Yeah.
much secures the CC needed for the side of Silver Bull already, so they can afford to go full damage here for their jungle picks and side lane.
Yeah, sure. Yeah, and both teams actually opted to ban one jungler each, and the Elendar is no longer open as well. So, but the Pain is open. So let's see if either team pick that. But what I noticed with Pain, not as OP as other heroes in this patch right now, because he's very easily countered from what I could see.
Yep,
And
true.
right now, let's see what their prio pick is after the first wave of picks and the full ban already. Don't know if they're gonna lock in this Volca. And
Yep.
they do!
They
Wow.
will. So, according to Silver Bullet, their composition, they are going for a team fight comp here.
Yeah.
With the Volcav, the Malok, Dirac as well, with Victor all jumping to the backside here. It's pretty much
Yeah.
evident that it will be a team fight comp. So how will Hertz fight back here against this team fight comp?
I think they need a jungler that can reach this Dirac first of all. For me, just because he's the squishiest among members
yeah,
of
true.
Silver Bullet right now, so they really need someone to get to the carries. But at the same time, this jungler on the side of Silver Bullet, he's very tanky as well because
Yeah.
of his ultimate. So we'll see. We got a Zephys, so he can jump into the team fight as well. But the thing with the Dirac, even if he does jump into the Dirac, he has a lot of ways to escape. So I guess maybe they're hoping that this Ignis pick paired with the Zephys is gonna help because he's able to stun if he uses this properly. And let's see how they're going to execute this comp because on the side of Silver Bullet, we see that they have locked in the Violet as their last pick. And
Mm.
Violet is very, very strong, especially mid to late game. And with a lot of protection from the side of everyone else on their team, it's gonna be a little difficult for them to reach this Violet.
Yep, it's true. Basically for the side of Hertz, it's protect Laville. In all
Yeah.
costs, protect Laville. So considering they have Baldum, Yena, and Zephyr's, tree which is very good for diving backsides, as well as protecting their own backsides. Laville will be the key here for them to win in this game against Silver Bullet. So I mean, Ignis is there as well to provide the CC needed to try to hold back, the members of Silver Bullet to try to go onto the Laville. So
Yeah.
To arena
starting it off already here for both sides. Hopefully there won't be any troubles, unlike the first game
Yeah.
where players have connection problems. Hopefully all goes well, all goes smoothly, and we will see here game 2 starting out.
Yeah, right now, actually, I was actually assured that maybe Silver Bullet would uh invade because of the Malok, but I guess they're gonna both play it safe and just try to win over creep the creep finish here in the mid lane, but they were both. So I'm guessing they want to delay the jungler a little bit just to get this really small camp over here. The Richter's getting stunned a lot, and they do get to kill this one little camp. That one jungle monster is going to delay Volcast in terms of leveling up to 4. I think that was very smart on the side of Hertz, because obviously it's very advantageous to anybody if jungler on their opponent's side is going to get the delay. No, we see already people here, and I think they want to try to get the kill onto the Violet, but instead I think they're just gonna be okay with this vision that they have on the bot lane. We see that 2 members here of Silver Bullet are in the area of the mid lane, while the rest of the members are on the way here to the bot lane to help these Violet. And they get the Malok for a first blood. That was that was a good set for the Baldum, and that puts them in a good position to get the Abyssal Dragon on the side of Hertz. I'm thinking the Malok crossed the wrong area, while the rest of the members of
Ooh!
the Bio was able to steal that
Okay.
Abyssal Dragon. That was very good for them. And there's a team fight here going on here in bot lane, and they get the kill onto the Ignis. 4 members of Silver Bullet are here trying to get more kills onto the side of Hertz, and they do get 3 kills. The Yena is all the way here on the bot lane trying to get at least a kill onto the Violet. The Violet has a little bit of HP left, and she will survive. And that was very good for, I think, both sides,
I
because they
mean,
just had the same amount of well, that was disadvantageous, I mean, to Hurt.
that
But-
was a good play, I say, from Hertz. They did manage to catch out Malok early, which was a bonus already for Hertz EF. However, the dragon was secured by Violet somehow. Not so sure what happened there. Maybe the smite was not ready, or maybe he mistimed the smite. Not so sure what happened there, but the dragon was secured by Violet, and because of that dragon, they did manage to force. I'd say they forced Hertz into like a slight moment of panic, which caused the members of Hertz to kind of fall back a little and gave Silver Bullet that slight opening to get the good team fight there. And they did manage to even out the scores in the end. So all in all, pretty even here.
Pretty even, back to even right now. But we have 3 members here, all 4, well, 4 members here, and they get another. I think they're gonna try to kill this Malok again, and there was so much damage coming from the side of Hertz. That Malok didn't have a chance there.
Yeah,
But
the good
yeah,
setup. Good setup here
yeah,
from Beldum and Leville gets the ulti there, and then Beldum as well, flipping over, comboing well with Zephyr's ulti, getting the catch there onto Mal. Mal did use his Mark of Frost though. However, his ulti was not casted in time before
yeah,
Ignis finished him off. So again, a very good play from Hertz.
yeah. Right now, well, the gold lead isn't that big, but here in the top lane, we get a gank onto the
The
Richter
same
now,
thing.
and that's what they did, right?
That felt like deja vu for some
Yeah,
reason. It's pretty much the same thing that happened bot side, but it happened again on the top side. So seems like Hertz is playing this sort of playstyle where they roam as 4 people together, trying to get as
yeah.
much lead from the side lanes here. However, because of that, bottom side will be totally open here for Silver Bullet. Seems like they will go for the first
For the
tower
tower,
here.
and they got it, and a kill onto the Reveal. His teammates didn't arrive on time, and I think that was a good trade for the side of Silver Bullet there, because they got a tower and a kill onto the marks.
Yep.
So yeah, and I think that that's a result of, I guess for me, I'm really not a fan of 4-man rotation. I'm used to the 3 people rotating while the side lane uh, help them if the 3 visit their lane,
Yep.
because it's gonna always leave one lane uh, open for the enemy to get. Well, here in the mid lane, we all get a gank onto the Yena, and they were able to secure that kill, even though a lot of the members from Hertz were actually still there. But with the backup of Silver Bullet arriving, they decided to disengage instead. Aw,
Still not bad, bro. I mean, from the playstyle of Hertz, I can tell that their kind of playstyle is to gank one lane and then try to dominate the lane as much as possible. But Silver Bullet here is
yeah,
countering that by pushing out the towers here. So Hertz playstyle has to change, have to alter a bit, I'd say. Because in
yeah,
terms of towers, they are losing. Even though it's just one, a tower is still a big giveaway here for Silver Bullet to get into their jungle and try to
yeah.
contest as much resources as possible here. And now we can see the fight happening on top side.
Malok uses his ultimate, gets into 4 people, and they're so aggressive right now. They have so much tankiness, but the Yena all the way from bot is now right here, and they will disengage as that, because that was 4v5. But that they were very, very aggressive there on the side of Silver Bullet, and the Richter, instead of responding to his team, gets a tower, and
Yep, top
I think that went
side.
in favor again of Silver Bullet there.
Yep.
So they lose a little bit of map control there. The Yena, I think, should have just focused more on pushing out their lanes rather than responding to fights.
Mm-hmm.
Then the Volcat, they get the Abyssal Dragon with no contest again, and we have the Malok. Oh, the Vio was got the ultimate of the Laville, but with the
Oh,
Arctic
what?
Orb was able to survive that.
Whoa,
Wow, there's a
okay.
lot.
I didn't know
There's a
the
lot of.
Rock's ulti actually cancels Baldum's ult.
Oh my God, I didn't even notice that.
I
Well,
didn't
that's
know. I didn't know.
that was interesting. Okay, we're
Okay.
also learning right now.
Yep,
That's
we
all
learn something new every day.
information I didn't know. Yeah, exactly.
Okay,
Sorry.
so the Rock apparently is now more OP now. Okay.
Yeah.
Didn't know how that was a thing. So Silver Bullet, basically neglecting what happened in their early game, getting ganked by members of Hertz, and now they are the ones aggressively going into the jungle of Hertz here. They will zone out the members of Hertz while Violet will get the top tower very comfortably here. And
Yeah.
hopefully Yena on the bottom side will try to counter that as well, maybe.
Yeah, but the Richter's already on the way to bot, so I think
Hmm.
they get there in time just to clear the creeps. Diana tries to go one-on-one with the Richter, but he's focused on just getting the kill on the creeps. So right now, they both teams, I think they're just trying the. Well, I think right now they're all together on the side of Hertz. I think they're really used to this type of rotation where
Yep.
4 of them are going around the map, and It really depends. It can always go either way when you have this type of rotation.
Yep.
If the enemy doesn't know how to capitalize on your type of uh gank style, but is
Mm-hmm.
able to push lanes, that shows that your rotation's not gonna work. And we already said it a while ago that maybe they should play it out differently, but I'm not really that much. They're still rotating 4 people, while we have here on the side of Silver Bullet, they're just taking another Abyssal Dragon. I think that's like, how many dragons have they gotten right now?
They already got them 4 in this
Four.
game
Yeah,
alone.
4. Yeah, and there wasn't like there was only one time that there was a contest, and it was the Violet being able to get it. The Malok set something for his team for V4 here on the top lane. The Volcat so very aggressive. The Baldum is not able to survive it. The the Volcat gets a kill onto the Laville using just enough, using his ulti with just enough time to get the kill. While only 3 members here alive, the Malok's overextending and gets killed by the rest of the members of Hertz here. We have all 4 members here of Hertz that are left, and I think they want to go against 3 members, but they know they
Ooh.
are at a disadvantage and disengage right away. Uh, that was really difficult for the side of Hertz on that play because their carry died, their Laville died there, and it's difficult because you already said when we were just picking and banning that their comp is really to protect this Laville, and
Mm-hmm.
they're not doing a very they're not having a lucky time here in this game. They're not able to protect it because the Laville has died 3 times already in the game, and I think
And
they
not only that, Laville is not really that fat compared to his other members. Like, he's only the second most fat in his team,
yeah
when his most fat is Zephys, which is like 1.5k higher.
yeah
So that's not really looking out here for Laville so far. However, we will not know if this game going to go into late game or not. So Silver Bullet here looking out for the Dark Slayer already. 11 minutes into the game. Score wise, it's pretty even of 6 to 8. However, net worth is around close to 3k here. But we
oh yeah
see
but
Malok.
trying to engage something, he might pay with his life. Oh, his
Oof.
ultimate didn't get anybody knocked up, but they were able to get the Sage buff from the Zephys there.
Yep, that was a bit unfortunate there for Malok. If his shock did manage to get someone, he would have healed a significant amount there with his
Yeah.
cleave. But because he didn't hit any, that was pretty risky. It's pretty risky to stay any longer, so he'll let his teammates do the rest of the job here. But Silver Bullet managed to chip down the members of Hertz, which allowed them
Yeah.
to get 2 more towers here in the middle lane and the top lane, and now they are open for the Dark Slayer and they are gonna get it here.
Yeah, but Hertz knows that Silver Bullet's gonna take this Dark Slayer, and I think they're ready to contest this. But they did not continue their quest to get this Dark Slayer
Yeah.
because it's very that's the type of gameplay that will turn around any kind of match. So if you're not able to get an objective, if you get an objective stolen from you when you're at an advantage, it's gonna be very hard for you. And the Yena
Ooh.
gets the kill onto the Violet. That means the side of Silver Bullet does not have that much. They don't have the backline damage that they have, but they do, however, get this Abyssal Dragon for the 5th time.
Yeah.
They're pushing here on the bot lane. Gets another kill.
Oh,
And oh wow, the members of Hertz getting the Abyssal Dragon. Wow, and they got the Dark Slayer. That was a good trade for the side of Hertz there, but the Richter
Yep.
trying to get additional kills for his team, but with the Arctic Orb, he's not able to secure that kill onto the Ignis. But I think they're gonna settle for this Baldom. I'm not sure if their damage is gonna be enough, and because of that's what I was telling you a while ago, because of the skill of this Dirac, he
Yeah.
wasn't able to cast his kills or even move really well from that. And though
Ooh.
the Hertz did get the Dark Slayer, it's just I think that was a good show for us right now. At least they're showing a little bit more spirit, but
Mm-hmm.
they really what they really need to do is show us another gameplay wherein Violet is not able to survive another gank on her, because that's how they got that advantage, and they try to go
Ooh,
into
the
the
rock.
Dirac and they get a kill onto him, and I thought they would get this red
Yeah,
buff,
I
but
thought they'll get
with
it,
the
but
pun but the Volcat just uses punish at the right time there. Well, the Dirac, both the carries on the side of Silver Bullet should uh be safe in terms of positioning. They had a difficult time because two of their carries died a while ago. And the Malak set something for his team. Gets a knock up onto the Zephys, but he's a very tanky hero. And I don't think the Volcat gonna get anything from that. But the with the rest of the members of his team to help him out
uh-oh.
there. Oh, and
Uh-oh.
I think this is gonna be a trade, and that's the
Yeah, maybe
first
it will
kill
be a
onto
trade.
the Volcat, and the Zephys gets into the Dirac, but he he couldn't get the kill onto the Dirac. But that's very advantageous for the side of Hertz. At they were able to shut down this Volcat, who is second to the highest gold, who has the second to the highest gold on his. They really needed to shut him down because they really need more space to move. And with that Volcath always with his ultimate, it's very difficult for them to get any advantage. Oh, and I think they're
Yep.
gonna try to get this Abyssal Dragon here because they know that they're at an advantage as their Yena's alive while it's 2 more seconds till the Volcat's alive. I'm not sure if
Uh oh.
Abyssal Dragon, but the Rictor goes right into the
Oh.
center. Zephys just stays right there trying to get the blessing. It was the Baldum who was got it, and that was very disadvantageous to them. But the Violet is still alive. The Volcan has just arrived, and the Dirac
Oh.
got ultimate by him, and only the Ignis remains while the carry on the side of Silver Bullet still remain. And well, they still have this endless cycle for Baldum and Laville, so
Yep.
they have a little bit more room to defend their tower, but I don't think they have enough of it to contest Dark Slayer, and it's gonna be very difficult for the side of Hertz to uh, get this, and they just give it without any contest. They tried, I guess.
Yeah,
Well,
they
the
did try.
Malcolm,
They did try
yes,
anyway. Silver Bullet though, did well with the fight in the dragon pit there. Although Hertz was being very proactive to try to get the dragon.
yeah,
The CC amounts from Hertz seem like they were winning out at first. However, because of the Dirac basically pushing the members of Hertz away, causing some of them to actually get out of position a lot and can't even catch out the Violet. However, Violet on top, almost getting one shot there by the Zephys in the bush. Not really a good choice, not really a good idea to actually hide in the bush
yeah,
alone, especially when you're someone so squishy as Violet.
yeah,
But
for
Violet
sure.
does make it out alive anyways. He will reset and then they'll continue to push it on again.
Yeah,
Drake though has been wasted away. He has been taken away by Hertz, so now Silver Bullet has to push in a bit slower with a bit more precaution here. The stun from the Laville does get landed onto the rock. However, the rock
yeah,
was a
there is
bit too
too
far.
much tankiness for them to go through before
Yeah.
they're able to reach
Oh
that.
oh.
The Venus gets another knock up onto the Violet, but the Violet has already actually bought her resurrection here so that she can't be one shot anymore. So right now, Silver Bullet see that they're just pushing all the lanes, so
Oh,
they
the rock.
but they get the Dirac, almost get the kill onto the Dirac, but the Dirac is still alive, but he gets killed by the Zephys. Now the Richter has just arrived to help teammates. The Violet is almost dead, and the Zephys gets a secure kill onto them. And all 5 members of Hertz are still alive, but 3 members of Silver Bullet are still here. The Malok's very, 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 very tanky, but with the Zephys and the combo
Whoa.
with the Laville and the Ignis, wow, they won the team fight. But the Violet's actually still alive. But for me, she should be very careful in terms of her positioning right now. They were able to set something very good for the side of Hertz, and that's good for them because they really needed that. So they have a little bit more air, more time for them to come back from this because they really need to push a tower because they have not pushed the tower this whole game. But with that team fight, they're able to take some towers away from Silver Bullet, and let's see what kind of uh how many towers they're gonna be getting. I'm not sure if they're gonna. Oh, and the
Ooh.
Lapel gets a stun under the Violet, but is able to escape. But they do get another tower for that, and the map control right now is still actually on the side of Silver Bullet, but
But this
that
Dark
was
Slayer
first,
could change everything here.
yeah, and it will just really depend on how fast. Oh, and well, I was gonna say how fast Silver Bullet gets there, and they were not able to arrive there in time. So our Hertz team was able to take this Dark Slayer away from Silver Bullet right now, and I think it was really good for the side of Hertz there because they really focused on all the carries of the side of Silver Bullet instead of uh doing damage to the Malok. And the Ignis is a good pick against the Malok because I could see how fast his life was draining because of this ultimate. The Richter tries to go into the team fight. You have the Volkite popping up his ultimate. We have Malok and the carries on the side of
Ooh.
Silver Bullet doing just damage. They're free hitting, and the uh the side of wow, wow,
Wow!
wow,
Wow! Wow!
wow,
Okay.
that was really good on the side. It was so hard to to comment on
Yeah.
it because everything was
But
so
oh,
fast.
dragon, the Drake. Oh, the Drake, almost killing off the Dirac there. The Drake
Yeah, he does
almost
have
killing off the
range though.
Dirac, getting his blade of eternity wasted, but he still managed to hand on to his blade of eternity there. So this turns out to be a closer game than expected here.
For sure,
Um,
yeah. It's a really nice game watch right now because it's a really close fight. It's really anyone's game right now. We're in this point of the match where the gold isn't most of them are kind of building